comes the, here comes the, here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the. Y'all don't really want it like that.
Welcome to Black and Red TV. I'm Kavya.
I'm Bryn, and today we're your hosts.
First, let's hear from breaking news.
Hi, I'm here with Amanda Gustafson.
I'm here with Clara Youthy. I'm here with Mr. Braun.
Amanda, what steps do you take to prepare for All-State?
I practice a few times a week, and I like to work on my scales and the songs that I prepared.
What steps do you take to prepare for All-State Band?
A big thing is just making sure you practice enough and a lot. Like when I have free time after school or during the weekend, I'll go in my room and I'll practice. Just it's important to run through all the things you need to perform in your audition.
What is your role in preparing students for All-State?
Well, in the spring, we asked the students who is interested in doing it, because All-State's a big commitment, but it's also a big honor. And so we determined the students that want to do that. And then over the summer, we kind of script out how they can get themselves prepared for it, because there's a lot of material that they have to learn. So it really starts in about May. And then over the summer, they work on their scales and their solo. And then at the end of July, they actually announce all of the etudes that the students need to prepare also. So once we get the etudes, then we try and really progress into getting them as ready as we can before the actual audition, which is in 2 or 3 weeks.
Are you nervous going into All-State for the second time?
Not really.
How is practicing for All-State making you a better musician?
It's making me better, I suppose, because the music is more challenging than some of the stuff we will play just in band class. So in doing that and being able to perform it, you can grow from that. So, yeah.
How do you feel about All-State music this year?
As always, it's really challenging, but that's the cool part about it. It's probably the largest honor a high school band kid or choir or orchestra kid can get. And so, they really have to work on their skills. So good, bad, or ugly, they really get stronger at their instrument and learn more musical skills, which is the number one goal. But this music this year that I've seen as far as the etude stuff goes is very, very challenging.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Man, the students for All-State this year have been preparing really hard.
Now let's hear about some sports. Let's dive right into volleyball and cheer.
I'm here with 2 seniors on the varsity volleyball team, Elise Coughlin and Paige Krantz.
Okay, I'm here with 2 of our girls from the cheer team, Ella Campbell and Carly Christensen.
And we're going to talk with them about how their season's going so far. So girls, how's your season going?
It's good. We're ranked 12 and we're 19-8 is our record, so it's going really good.
It's been going good. We have new ways to interact with the student section, and sidelines going good.
What are some of your highlights so far?
Our highlights are winning the Harlan tournament and beating Glenwood. What are you looking forward to for the rest of your season, and what are your goals?
We're looking to have both of our stunt groups compete at state stunt, and then we hope to place top 3 as a team at state.
A goal is to obviously make it to state and then just keep improving. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
What an exciting time this busy season.
Now let's get into the world of James and the Giant Peach.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm here with Mrs. Longman to talk about the fall musical James and the Giant Peach. Okay, who am I here with?
My name's Illis Carlson.
What is your role?
I am the director of the show, the head director for all of the acting and technical aspects of the show. I have two other people in my directing staff. Mr. Novotny is the music director, so he's working with the students who are singing different songs in the show, and then he's also in charge of the band members who are playing in our orchestra pit. I also have an assistant director, Mrs. DePond, who has worked with me for the last handful of years. She helps out a lot with small group work, with working one-on-one with students, maybe on different aspects of their performance, while I'm working with the large group and also helping to manage the many groups we have working backstage.
What is your biggest goal this year for the musical?
I think my biggest goal is to make sure obviously the musical runs well, but to leave it even better than what it was last year.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. And then what is one way that you do like the selection process for like who gets to be a part of what and like who gets what role?
Okay, so casting is kind of messy. We think a lot about this when we're picking a show because each year, we know that some years we have just more students interested in musical theater than others. Some years we have more male voices versus more female voices. So before we even audition, we've thought a lot about a show that we think is going to be a good fit for who we expect to turn up at auditions. When we are working on a musical, things are more complicated because we have to hear people act, use their speaking voice to portray a character. But then they also have to be able to carry out the singing skills that are needed to do the other half really of the performance for that part. Some students are stronger actors than singers. Some students are stronger singers than actors. So sometimes it can be a challenge to find that best balance. But we try to weigh all of the possibilities and find what we think will be the best fit.
I am stage manager, so I help out with all the crews, but more specifically stage crew.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. And what is your main goal for the play or the musical?
For this show in particular? Yeah. Oh goodness. This script, I guess I have two. What makes this different from other plays that we've done is that we're really taking people into this like fantasy kids book world. James and the Giant Peach is based on the book by Roald Dahl. And it is, there's a lot of magic and fantasy and bugs that are larger than life. And so we're kind of challenging students to play characters that are not even human. Much less people that are not like themselves. And we really want to lean into that with the colors and the set and the costume and the music to give people an experience that's different from the last few shows that we've done. We've also noticed we have a trend of just really great growth in our programs in general, more students auditioning and more participation from the community. So kind of a secondary goal is just to do a lot more to advertise what our kids are working really hard on out in the community and hopefully continue to sell more and more seats for each show. We had almost 1,000 tickets sold for our Newsies production last year, and we are hoping to match or surpass that and sell 1,000 seats for our upcoming performances in November. And that takes a lot of hard work from our performers to prepare, our publicity team to really talk up the show, and just everybody who's involved to get the word out there about what we're doing. So thank you guys for doing this interview, because that might sell us a few more tickets.
Everyone better go get a ticket now.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I'm really proud of the cast. Another, I guess, challenge this year is that we had a really large senior class last year that filled a lot of our lead roles. So we found ourselves, every program kind of has growing years. We have a lot of younger students, but they have come in with so much just talent. There are very high numbers of kids that are in the lower grades that really wanted to be involved. It has been fun to watch faster growth than what I'm used to seeing because, we're working with so many more young students. I think it's been really energizing. And I'm really proud of that work, or that part of our work this season too.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Keep up the hard work, you guys. We are excited to see your show.
Now let's hear about what's happening around the globe.
Thank you. I'm Chloe Meacham with your national news. October 1st, 12:01 a.m. EDT marked the official beginning of the 2025 government shutdown. Congress cannot agree on a budget for the year, and without a budget, the government cannot function. For a successful vote in the Senate, there must be a 60-40 majority vote. At the time of recording, the closest that they have come to approving a bill is 51-44 on October 15th. This bill has currently failed to pass 11 times. The longest shutdown in history was from December 2018 to January 2019 under President Trump and lasted 35 days. As a result of the shutdown, the U.S. lost $3 billion off of their GDP, reduced economic output by $11 billion, and the federal government was delayed $18 billion. The Senate and the House are both controlled by the Republican Party, but are still short of the 60 votes needed to pass the bill. This leaves the Democratic Party with some room to negotiate. The reason they cannot pass the bill is because Democrats want room in the bill for health care to be affordable and available for all Americans, while the Republican Party wants to address this as a separate issue and not include anything in the budget bill for it. Another result of the continuous shutdown is that on November 1st, SNAP benefits will stop getting money. SNAP that helps thousands of families in America afford food, and without these benefits, many will suffer, and depending on how long the shutdown continues, some may die. On another note, October 18th held the second No Kings Day protest. This protest held a massive audience of more than 27,000 cities across all 50 states. This protest is aimed at protesting the actions, orders, and policies of President Trump. Many Americans are concerned with his fascist and authoritarian ways of leading our country. People showed up to these protests with signs and messages such as "Respect the checks" and "No Kings in America since 1776," among hundreds of others. Roughly 7 million people nationwide attended this No Kings Day protest. The protest in June held 5 million people. 7 million is about 2% of the entire U.S. population, meaning that the October 18th protest was the most successful national protest in United States history. This has been Chloe Meacham with your national news. Thank you.
What a crazy turn of events. We'll see how this plays out.
Now let's hear what's going on that's good around our school.
What's your good news today?
We beat Lewis Central last week in a football game.
My good news is that I brought pasta for lunch.
What kind of pasta?
Gnocchi pasta.
I'm leaving for vacation in a couple days, so yeah.
Fields of Faith is tonight, and I got beamed this morning.
My good news is that I'm going to the pumpkin patch on Friday with my friends.
State band is this weekend.
There's no school Friday.
My good news is that last week I had 6 haircuts, and this week I probably have like 7 or 8, I think.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in for the October Black and Red TV.
Join us again next month. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's me.
Hello, this is Ryan. Oh, bye. Oh, hello.
My little pony. My little pony.